Like a Hellcat.
Hey, welcome back to the PMA LCS. We're looking at Game 2. Game 2 between the Long Anime Schlongs and Power Bottom Boys. Game 1 going over the Long Anime Schlongs after we see a pretty impressive performance by General Dills Garen, which I'm not sure how to get an update on the poll in the chat, but last I saw he was in the lead for MVP. So what are some quick thoughts from you, Joe, on that last game?
You know, I think the Long Anime Schlongs, they played into their comp very well. General Dill got pretty fed. Neil the Steel did some damage and took some damage, as well as the bottom half of the map. They all played pretty well. Nothing really, anything out of the ordinary. So, very unfortunate for the Power Bottom Boys to lose that one, though, as there was a lot of damage being dealt from their side as well.
So, I think that Long Anime Schlongs definitely played their comp very well. I would also see an argument for Power Bottom Boys had a bit of confusion in the goal of their comp. They had the kiting ability on Ezreal to disengage, make sure the Garen couldn't get onto the targets he wanted to. They also had very strong engage on Orianna and Rakan. But I also feel like they didn't have the sort of consistent damage that you get from some other AD carries, like Lucian, like more auto attack based AD carries, basically. That maybe I felt their comp was wanting a little bit for that. So I think we're getting into pick bans right now. Misfortune banned away first, so we're seeing a lot of similar bans. Same first bans from both Long Anime Schlongs and Power Bottom Boys. Lee Sin again was their second ban against Power Bottom Boys last game. Do you think there will be any changes in the draft, Joe? Any different priorities? Okay, well, looks like Joe's got himself muted. That's alright. So I'll just keep talking. So yeah, still the same band so far. I feel like Long Anime Schlongs, all the same bands from both Long Anime Schlongs and Power Bottom Boys. I feel like they might first pick the Lucian. Yep, there it is. Locked in the Lucian first pick. Very powerful bot lane pick right now. You get that Blade of the Ruined King. It's a Black Cleaver, Resonance Reaver. Whatever you feel is more efficient at the time. And you can really put out a lot of damage in that early game. I personally don't like the pick a lot because it falls off if he doesn't get a huge lead, but they've made it work. Warwick and Sivir locked in for the Power Bottom Boys. Two good picks. Warwick loves that movement speed to get some extra range on his ultimate. We'll see how they form their comp around this Sivir champion that really can enable a lot of other champions. Trundle Morgana. Trundle we saw. Yeah, the Trundle we saw in Power Bottom Boys last game. I like that because it's a flex pick for top and jungle. I'm not sure off the top of my head whether or not they've played it either role before. We'll check briefly. No, they've not played it in the jungle. They have played, General Dill has played Trundle top lane before. So we'll see where that goes. Nasa's pick locked in. Joda, glad to have you back.
Oh, hey. Yeah, something very interesting here is this Nasus pick. I don't know if we have talked about it yet, but I gotta say, Nasus is a very aggressive pick, in my opinion, here for the Power Bottom Boys. I think Front Lash really didn't feel as useful as he could have been on the Poppy, and so by picking Nasus's focus is on the top lane itself with the farming, as well as getting those stacks off. So Reese, how do you feel about the Nasus pick?
So the Nasus, so first of all, Nasus is a juggernaut. Essentially what he can do as a juggernaut, just like Garen, is blow up squishy targets, but lacks mobility. He's got tankiness and damage, but lacks mobility. What the Sivir gives him with her ultimate is mobility. He'll be able to get onto this Lucian, provided he doesn't get binded by Morgana or blocked up by a pillar. And we'll see what other picks Nasus potentially be wanting to get onto. But Nasus, with the Sivir, it's enabled that he can get on some squishier targets that he wouldn't normally have access to. I like the Janna pick. Yeah, I don't like the Janna pick. Janna obviously provides a lot of great disengage and fits in with the theme of a lot of movement speed on their team. Someone who provides a lot of movement speed with their passive, people running towards her. But I feel like the enemy team doesn't necessarily have the kind of the kind of engage where you want to push people backwards. Trundle, he runs at you. It's not like he needs to dash at you to close the gap, like say a Jax or a Maokai would. And Kayn, he just uses his ultimate. You know, try to John all that. You're not pushing him anywhere. So
right.
I'm not crazy about the Janna pick coming in. The Ahri into Vigar is interesting though. Ahri, a bit of mobility will benefit greatly from the Sivir. All in all, I give this Sivir comp 3 out of 7 in my A's. Not crazy about it. Yeah, I feel like
5 out of 7?
No, not 5 out of 7, because I feel like they didn't utilize the advantages that the Sivir pick can bring the best that it possibly could, because it can bring a lot. It can make a team comp work that otherwise would not work. Some picks in the jungle that are my favorite with it are like Skarner or Olaf that just benefit from being able to run at people very fast. Warwick again can benefit from it, but only really for the range of his ultimate. He's not an enormous frontline. Well, I guess it depends how he builds. He can build tank and be a bit of a frontline threat there. Nasus as well. I think it's workable. It's not an awful comp. Long anime schlongs are lacking a bit of a front line that they had last game. Kayn pick is interesting. 2 really strong early game junglers, Kayn and Warwick, but I feel like the Warwick would win a straight up 1v1. What do you think about that, Joe?
I think we gotta give this game to Long Anime Schlongs, and that is because they picked a lot of CC focused champions. So while the Power Bottom Boys have a lot of engage, or they have the I'm Sivir and I'm gonna run at you comp, like you said, the Long Anime Schlongs have a lot of CC to negate that. Like you have the Vigar, stun, you have the Morgana stun, you have the Trundle pillar, as well as the Kayn, who could, depending on whatever it's called, I think it's like the enchantment or something, or his upgrade or whatever, his W can be a knockup and also disengage. So you gotta agree. Yeah, I don't think the Power Bottom Boys really have a superior comp here, but I still want them to win, Reese. I don't know about you, but they're the underdogs, as we saw in the standings, and so I just really hope that they could pull through this win.
I will say there's something tempting about watching a Nasus just bop Lucian on the head. I would love to see a really fed, highly stacked Nasus at 80 minutes, just one shot of Lucian. I'd be crazy about it. But I feel like the Vigar pick pointed out that the cage can really mess up Sivir's enabling. If she ults, Vigar cage comes down, they they either have to run into the cage and wait out the stun, or they can't run at them or flash over it. I guess they've got that option. Yeah, the Vigar cage shuts down Sivir's run at them engage pretty well. The Morgana finding, if she can find Nasus as he's running at them. The Trundle Pillar as well. You know, there's a lot of options to stop them.
Right. And that's why, you know, I think the long anime schlongs here have a little bit better of a comp. So it sounds like we're both giving it to the long anime schlongs.
It's a little early in my opinion, because it all depends how it plays out, but if I had to run the numbers, do some quick maths, I do give it to long anime schlongs.
What kind of quick maths did you do?
Well, just the odds of the Sivir engage working against the many obstacles they'll have to face, the Vigar cage, Morgana binding, and the Trundle Pillar, having to run past those. You know, I don't necessarily see a Nasus being able to weave his way between all those. You know, Warwick's got his ultimate to get himself in there. Nari's got her ultimate to kind of dash her way in, but Nasus is where I think the brunt of their ongoing damage is going to come from, and if he can't get in there, you know, Warwick's not going to be able to stay forever. Nari's stuff's going to go on cooldown. Sivir, she's a short-range carry, she might get popped by the cane. So, just playing the odds, I think I'd give it like 60-40 in favor of long anime schlongs. So it's definitely close, but slight favor of long anime schlongs.
60-40 sounds a lot like a 4 out of 7 mice right there. That it's a long anime schlongs game.
4 out of 7, 60%. Same thing.
Same numbers. We're not a number fraternity.
4 divided by 7 is some long maths. We're not about that on this channel.
If anybody in Twitch chat can do numbers, please give us that 4 divided by 7 for us, as we're just musicians and can only count to 4.
0.57, we're hearing from our production team. So about 60%, that was actually really close. Great quick math.
Looks like the LAS has 4 freaking 4 out of 7 MIAs going to them right here.
As we're loading the game, yeah, as we're waiting for the spectator to like, we can use a quick look at summoner spells. See another teleport coming out on the side of Fudgy Ditters, which is maybe an interesting thing for the Sivir. It had like a really clear use for the Ezreal backing for your tier, but Sivir doesn't have that sort of unique item pathing to cheese a recall with. We see an exhaust on Janna. I think that's pretty reasonable against the Kayn and Illusion. A ignite on Morgana. That's pretty reasonable against the Warwick, especially with the mid laner Vigar taking a barrier, York, and ignite somewhere on the team for Warwick. Barrier against Ahri, very burst-oriented champion. Vigar's not very mobile to escape it, so he gets caught. A barrier would come in handy. Ahri also had ignite. You know, she wants to get a kill, really. And as we're loading in, I'm going to talk about keystones, see if there's anything interesting going on there. All right. See, I feel like Comet's weird for Vigar. Is it weird for Vigar? I'm playing a lot of Vigar.
No, it's really not.
Okay. A lot of standard stuff. I don't really like press the attack on Sivir. I feel like Fleetfoot works a little better because she's got a kind of a weak laning phase until you can get a few items, but that's my personal preference. Conqueror on Trundle. I think that makes pretty good sense. Grasp also viable option. Comet on Morgana. I'm more of a fan of Aerie. Give a little regular shield with your black shield. Put down some extra damage with your poke. Yeah, once again, the Sivir did take teleport, did not switch it at the last minute. So, yeah, I think I don't know, I don't really see a reason to have 2 teleports if it's on Sivir. I feel like the heal would be more standard and make normal sense. I would say if they had a top laner that couldn't wave clear very well, it would make sense, to have someone like Sivir with great wave clear mid late game to have a teleport. But Nasa's wave clear is great.
Yeah, I completely agree with you here. I believe the TP on an AD carry isn't as good as I thought it was going to be, as we saw last game, unfortunately. Even with the Ezreal tier strat, like I said, just because the pros are doing it does not necessarily mean it's a good strat for non-pro players to play. So that's something always just a little tidbit to keep in mind here, as it looks like the long anime schlongs here are going to try to engage level 1 here. Oh no, my ears are going to start bleeding again. Here we go. As it looks like the long anime schlongs are going to be seen by the Janna tornado.
Yeah, Vigar took a hefty amount of damage there. I think he took both hits of the boomerang and the Janna tornado to the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I mean, but even that though, that damage just surprises me a little bit, as being brought down to half health. It's dangerously low. I'm also interested in why the Kayn is not starting Raptors and is starting Red. It looks like his bot lane is going to give him a leash.
Yeah, Kayn usually starting the Raptors, opting not to this game. I mean, that does give the advantage of a more healthy leash. Though I don't think Kayn is particularly unhealthy when he does Raptors, because his Q's on such a low cooldown, and he has the talisman to regen health when he hits them. Warwick, look at it, dude. No, he looks indecisive. I think he's just waiting for the Rip Scuttler. Yeah.
He was definitely thinking about it, if anything.
Yeah, he was definitely waiting for the Rip Scuttler, starting his E at level 2. And was probably thinking about potentially ganking if the opportunity arose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Front last year was taking a lot of damage here early against the Trundle, and that is no surprise, as we know Nasus takes a little bit of while to scale up and get his stacks on his Q. So with that being said, hopefully General Dill won't be able to kill Front Lash early. I feel like that happened a lot last game too, in match 1. So
I'm noticing here that Morgana, she's putting her W down onto Sivir. It throws the Comet, and Sivir spell shields it.
Oh, speaking of Sivir, it looks like Budgie Jitters is actually going to go down, as he was rooted by the Morgana and ignited as well. So that is a first blood that goes right to Lucian.
Well, I was going to talk about how smart it was for Sivir to be able to spell shield the Comet.
It looks like... Oh, never mind. I thought there was going to be a gank. But
I was going to talk about how smart it was for Sivir to... No, there's more stuff going on.
And it looks like Labby was looking for Neil to steal, and they found each other, and they are going to walk away. Wow.
Sivir just spell shield on Morgana's Comet, and it looked like it was a smart way to get a lot of mana, but then it was on cooldown for her binding. So, good job by Zorpox. Knowing that the spell shield was on cooldown, she was vulnerable to the binding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It looks like Kane also stole Labby's Raptors, so that'll put Kane a little bit ahead here as Kane went back to his jungle here. So just furthering that gold lead that we see, we have about a 700 gold lead here, which is mostly due to that first blood in the bot lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and despite that, there's not really a huge CS difference building up in the bot lanes. Never with their wave clear able to keep up. But in the top lane, we see almost a 10 CS difference at 5 minutes, which, not much on paper, but if it keeps going in that direction, it could build up.
Yeah, if it keeps going in that direction, it could be really, really detrimental here for Nasus, as he is a champion that's designed to win lane. But it looks like Neil Steel might be caught out here, as Rob's actually caught by Vygar's E, but nothing happens. It looks like both junglers here on the bot half of the map as well. I don't know if Flavby, is looking for a gank here. And it looks like we're going to have a little 3v3 skirmish here, as it looks like Digital Love is going right on to Fudgy Ditters, getting that press the attack proc, and Fudgy Ditters is so low, but he was able to get away, I guess. But Murphy's going to have to flash over the wall as well. And that is a trade. That is a one trade here for Long Anime Schlong's bot lane, as those summer spells have been blown. It looks like Frontlash here is taking a lot of damage here in this top lane, as he was trying to get some Q stacks off, but he was literally walking into 2 waves worth of minions, which is never a good idea, and that's why he took a lot of damage there. He's so low. And it looks like General Dill is also a level ahead, and that is just very unfortunate. Like I said earlier, as a Nasus, your performance is gauged on whether or not you won lane, and as of right now, he is not winning lane, and General Dill knows that here as he tries to engage. I just heard from a little birdie in my ear that Nasus never wins lane. So with that being said, I guess what I meant to say was he's designed to stay in the top lane for the eternity of the game, or the entirety of the game. So you hate to see that he is falling behind at 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's Nasus, I think he won't fall behind too much, because ultimately the targets he wants to get on are Vygar and Lucian. So it doesn't really matter what he does in relation to Trundle. Trundle is Fibber and Warwick's problem. Nasus wants to blow up the vulnerable targets that he can reach. The problem is reaching them. With these stacks that he's building up right now, and gold wheat. Actually, this Executioner's calling built by Trundle real early. That's interesting. They built it so early because you don't really need it for Nasus. I mean, he has the innate lifesteal, but
I mean, it doesn't hurt to build it early, especially because it's AD. General Dill might be going something a little bit more aggressive, as he also has the T-map. So, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a noodle fight. It's not wet, as Frontlash is losing a lot of health. Again, that's probably why he built that Executioner, so he can't regen off of the wave. But Labby's here, and he's looking for General Dill, but it's not going to be enough, as Rob is going to exchange a full combo onto Vygar here, and oh my god, Vygar actually had to blow the banner, or not banner, holy cow, that got deleted, the barrier.
Yeah, smart of him to hold on to the barrier, though.
Oh, definitely. And it looks like, oh my god, General Dill actually flashed away from Labby's ultimate, but it might cost him his life here as he is so low and slowed. But it looks like he's going to turn and is actually going to look for Labby as Neil the Steel was able to find or get into the top lane here, but the Trundle Pillar might be enough here. Oh my god, that was such a well-placed pillar here, and Labby actually goes down because of it. Holy cow, the Vigar stopwatch here actually is going to save him, and he might get the kill here as, oh, Rob sidesteps the W.
I am shocked that neither of these mid laners just died.
I am as well. I'm at the edge of my seat here in the mid lane, and it looks like we're going to have a dive here in the top lane as Neil the Steel is going to be tanking, but Frontlash looks like is just going to be able to sit under his tower and not have to do anything as those tower shots this early in the game are so big.
Yeah, I wish we had some sort of counter to tell if Kane's ready for his transformation, because I feel like he's been off a lot. Got a lot of hits off onto Warwick and Nasus, so he should be ready for a Ross transformation soon.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, as a Kane, you don't really have that power spike, or you're not really powerful until you hit that spike where you get your transformation, so.
Yeah, and getting the transformation much later than 10, 11 minutes, I think, is pretty late to get it. Not sure about exactly when the best time to get it is, but I know it's more early oriented now than it was in the past.
Yeah, I think the general gist is the earlier the better. If we have a fight in the top lane, but Labby's here to actually on a General Dill here. Yeah, General Dill is actually going to go down to Labby. If Labby did not come, though, that would have been Frontlash's death there. So Labby has had some really great roams this game, and has saved his teammate. There we go, numerous times in that top lane.
But it looks like in response to Labby showing top, they are going on to this dragon, Mountain Drake, and with General Dill's teleport, they will not be able to answer with first turret. So ultimately, that was a kill for a dragon. Pretty nice win in favor of long anime schlongs.
Yeah, oh my god. Neil the Steel actually is going to ult onto Rob here to try to negate the Q damage, and it does work here as the Morgana binding lands onto Rob, but unfortunately, Zorpox is going to miss the W here and not kill Rob.
Yes, we see Rift Herald almost, just about going down now to side of Power Bottom Boys. Yeah, finishes. Nasus picks it up. Trundle, looks like Trundle's going to get first turret here.
Oh my god, Trundle does get first turret. Holy cow.
And Nasus not really worried about collapsing onto him. There it is.
Wow, another great pillar here that might have saved his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but it looks like Rob is stunned here and will actually go down to Vigar as Rob was caught out by the stun. Also, important to note that Drake that Long Anime Schlongs actually got was a Mountain Drake, and I don't know if you guys have caught on to this by now, but I love Mountain Drakes. I think Mountain Drakes are one of the most important dragons in this game, if not the most important, just because of the philosophy that it does more damage. It gives your team more damage to objectives, and that's what this game's all about, is getting those objectives and killing those towers and ultimately killing the Nexus. And so if you can do that more effectively, you have a higher chance of winning the game, obviously. And so, it looks like Neil the Steel is actually going to gank bot lane here. It looks like he's still not transformed, unfortunately.
Oof. Yeah, that is unfortunate to have to wait this long for a transformation. My personal favorite dragon is the River Drake, and I do mean the River Drake because they're all wonderful.
They're all great.
But no, it's definitely Cloud.
Wow.
Definitely Cloud Drake, best Drake.
Oh, we have a little bit of a skirmish here in this bot lane as Neil the Steel is looking onto Labby, but Labby has a lot of health. I think Neil the Steel's in trouble here as he flashes away, but the heal actually saves him as Digital Love was able to pick up a kill onto Warwick here, but Rob's here to answer, and he's able to dodge a lot of CC here. But Digital Love used his Bork proc, but it looks like the Power Bottom Boys here have disengaged the fight, but Neil the Steel is still looking as Rob's damage is just so much right now in this early game.
Yeah, small leads building up. These skirmishes are adding up, it looks like. Kind of not really coming out in anyone's favor in particular, but I feel like long anime schlongs. Ooh, catch on to Ari in the mid lane.
Oh no! Rob goes down again to the Vygar. He's just getting caught out by Vygar's E there. It's just not looking good for Rob.
Yeah. So you see a General Dill forcing Labby out of his jungle a little bit. 3 levels up on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gotta feel bad if you're Warwick getting forced out by the top laner. Doesn't even have smite.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it looks like General Dill is doing very well in the top lane. Like you said, he's up 2 levels, or it was 2 levels, to his enemy jungler. And that's just, I guess Front Lash is in that position too, so it's just the nature of the jungle position. But I feel like the long anime schlongs, just like last game, are just so far ahead right now. They're up 4 kills, 3K in gold. They got first tower. I believe they got first blood, and they got the first Drake. A lot of things are going into their favor, unfortunately. However, I believe the Power Bottom Boys have late game because they have the Nasus. So it's really anybody's game.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe, yeah, partially because Sivir and Nasus in particular scale very well, but also Lucian scales very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
We do see his 2-0, and even in CS. Oh, Ari caught another baby cage.
No, he is just eating those cages up as he goes down. But it looks like Labby's here, and he's looking for Vygar, and Vygar gets a double kill. And Fudgy Ditters, oh my god, he's going in, but he decides to back off as that tower has done a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, simultaneous fights in mid and bot lane. But yeah, the escaping from Warwick by killing him, if you call that escaping, the Vygar ultimate there was gorgeous to watch.
You know, Warwick can kill you if you're already dead.
Yeah, just real quick, that Vygar alone is 2,300 gold above his lane opponent.
Yeah, that gold lead is almost an item now. Oh no, Neil the Steel might be caught out here as Front Lash just flash queued him, and now the Wither comes out. Neil the Steel is desperately trying to get away as the Trundle Pillar might be enough. No, it's not, as Labby's there to answer and get the kill onto Neil the Steel. It's just a very poor spot here for the Power Bottom Boys, as now they're down 4 kills and still down by almost 4K gold. The gold lead is just widening at this point.
So Rift Herald actually didn't get used. Front Lash held onto it, never had a chance to use it.
Oh,
timed out.
No, it looks like Vygar might be caught out here. He was trying to death push. Wait a minute, he was able to kill the Warwick because he had ult up and used it. However, that kill does go on to Fudgy Ditters. The gold lead is starting to close a little bit, but not by too much.
That's 600 shutdown gold going over to Fudgy Ditters.
Ooh, Neil the Steel here looking for Rob, but the Janna ult was able to push Neil the Steel away, and it looks like Neil the Steel actually got Red Cane, which will definitely be another disengage for the long anime schlongs if Fudgy Ditters decides to ult in. So
disengage and engage. You know, the range on that W certainly will help on catching a short range carry like Sivir.
But Reese, like you said, not getting Rift or not using Rift after getting it is just so unfortunate. You were given a free resource and just literally threw it away. Oh wow, it's really not good.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel bad to lose Rift Herald. As the support player in my day job, and usually playing AD carry or very rarely jungle when I'm not playing support, I don't often get Rift Herald. But I remember I often let it time out.
A little bit of a skirmish here as Labby's going to ult on Trundle here. Trundle is so low, but it's not enough here as it looks like Sivir is getting rooted. But it looks like Neil Seal went in a little bit too deep, but still helps his team get 2 kills here as he goes down. The Vigar is actually going to go down as well. But that's a double kill for Labby here, as it looks like General Dill is able just to eat the Janna here, as Rob is the only person left alive on his team here. 2 for 4 here. That is a 1 fight here for the long anime schlongs.
Yeah, very messy fight to be sure, but ultimately coming out in favor of the long anime schlongs. They're going to get this tower off that with the next wave coming, or they're just going to let Trundle tank it. You know what? They got a Mountain Drake. They can handle it.
Yeah, that and Trundle is just so tanky that even if the Ahri landed a charm, there's 2 other people there to stop her from outputting her damage. Because, like we learned with Warwick, if you're dead, you can't do damage. So it would have, Ahri would have died, and yeah, it would have been, more unfortunate, as that would have been an ace technically. So it looks like both teams here are trying to desperately reset and try to reassess the match here. Top lane is pushing, which is a good sign here for the power bottom boys, as they are getting some side lane pressure for free, basically.
Yeah, we see another Essence Reaver, Black Cleaver on this Lucian this game, as opposed to the Essence Reaver, another popular item on Lucian. So Black Cleaver, yeah, you got to think with a Frozen Heart on Nasus, we'll want to shred some of that armor. With the Juggernaut, it looks like Warwick will be going tank, building magic resist for the Vigar right now, but likely going armor in the future.
Oh no, Zorpox here had to pop his ult here as Rob is going to dash away here after Neil ulted him, but it looks like it's not enough here. The Janna ult here coming in kind of negated some damage, but it wasn't enough here as Neil the Seal was able to land a free W and kill Janna. So Janna goes down here, and it looks like this might be a free mid tower here for the long anime schlongs.
Yeah, Neil the Steel getting real deep in there, getting carried to the back of their team by the Ahri and killing her on the exit with his ultimate.
Oh no, it looks like bot inhibitor towers might actually go down here, and if not, it is so low here. General Dill might be caught out here as he is just killing Labby. Oh my god, Labby is almost dead here as General Dill is still fine, as the bot inhibitor tower is actually 1 auto away. Yep, it goes down here. We're looking at kind of the same situation as we saw in game 1. Long anime schlongs are so far ahead here in this game 2.
Yeah, we see in the chat from Jirachi that Hirmar has 3k gold lead over Rob. It's actually closer to, yeah, it's about 3.8k right now. So it's pretty wild.
Oh my god, that is over an item here, folks.
That's about a death cap. 3.8k. I think that's the price of death cap.
I think it's more than a death cap.
Actually, he's got one, so he can check. It doesn't say the price to buy, so who knows? Yeah. So speaking of the death cap, the death cap scaling very well on Vigar, but we see 2 Spirit Visages on Front Lash and Labby, so definitely worrying about Hirmar's damage.
Yeah, and going off of that, even if you look 1 slot lower, it looks like Ahri built merch threads just like last game. I don't know if that's the right call here, however, though, Ahri has been eating a lot of Vigar stuns, so it's definitely not necessarily the worst call, but it's not what you typically go on an Ari. So very interesting choice here from Rob to build those Merc Treads.
So I think if you're here more now, your next item wants to be a Void Staff, which very well could be with that Blasting Wand. We see two big magic resist items on the front line of the enemy team, and an engage here in the jungle.
Oh no, Rob is caught out by Hiramar again, and Hiramar just presses R, and Rob just gets deleted. Holy cow. Neil Seal here not going in on Murphy. It looks like Siver's actually going to have to ult away here, as Frontlash is going to ult flash as well here. Frontlash is so tanky, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Oh my god, it might be here, as Labby is actually going to ult. But it looks like Digital Love is going to flash and heal out of the way here. That was such a great Vigar E, as it closed off the choke point, so the Power Bottom Boys had to disengage, and this is actually going to cost them a bot inhibitor. Again, the Power Bottom Boys are just losing no matter what they do. It's so sad to see.
That was a very smart macro play from Long Anime Schlongs. I was really worried for Hiramar for a second there. It looked like they were about to collapse on Nasus, and Nasus said, no, I'm just going to blow Hiramar up. He was forced to flash away from the Janna and Sivir, as Hiramar was the one getting collapsed on. But they turned that almost really bad play into taking this open inhibitor. So I think that's going to provide a lot of Baron pressure, especially they don't have the mid inhibitor, but they do have the mid inhibitor tower, and minions pushing bot lane could easily take a Nexus turret if they have to send everyone out to contest Baron.
No, General Dill might be caught out. Oh, actually, he's going to flash over the wall here, so the Sivir ult is technically negated, as nothing happened because of it. So if I was on the side of Long Anime Schlongs, I would again be focusing this frickin' Baron. Oh my god, they have 2 Mountain Drakes and 8 kills up, as well as AK and gold. They will win the team fight, I believe. We've seen the Vigar just instantly blow up Rob, as well as other Power Bottom Boys. So if I was Long Anime Schlongs, I would just be forcing this Baron. Bot lane is pushing literally onto Nexus towers. This is an easy Baron. Look at this. They are just
starting the Baron
melting
up.
it.
Learning from the mistake last game, Long Anime Schlongs takes the Baron while they've got the advantage and take it down pretty quickly. So that's not good if you're a Power Bottom boy.
Yeah, if you're a Power Bottom boy right now.
Half the players in this game are Power Bottom boys. They've got to be worried.
Yeah, they definitely are put into the hot seat here, as their base is almost cracked wide open. The top tower, they actually still have their mid to top tower up, which I kind of actually find that hard to believe. But yeah, that is the only lane that has not lost all its towers yet, unfortunately. So if I'm Long Anime Schlongs, I'm just sitting this mid lane, just pushing down, getting the inhib, and then rotating top. But it looks like they're not going to do that. It looks like they're actually going to run a 3-2 split push here, so that they could get that 3 gold in that top tower, which is also not a bad call. Like I said, it's the last tier 2 up, so it should theoretically be one of the easier towers to get, just because of how far away it is. And it looks like the Power Bottom Boys are going to have to hang so far back, because they know that if they get caught out, the Vigar will literally just instantly blow them up.
Yeah, so with their 2 Mountain Drakes and Baron buff, it's going to mean a top and hit tower going down. And that's a QSS on Ari. Had to build Quicksilver Sash.
Oh my god, I don't even know what happened here, but it looks like Murphy went down as Neil the Steel got ulted, but got negated. Holy cow, I can't talk. As it looks like there's just so many kills going on. Frontlash is also going to go down. Labby is the last person standing on his team, and it looks like that might be a GG. Oh no, we see the disconnect from Rob. hopefully he actually disconnected and that's not some BM. But that is going to be a 2-0 week for, oh no, Neil is Steele running into their base like that and then stopwatching.
Yikes.
Neil
is Steele not even taking a hit to the KD on their Fountain. But yeah, excellent end from Long Enemy Schlongs there. They really cleaned up their mistakes from game one. Made the Baron call when they could. And yeah, I feel like that was a much cleaner game than game one.
Oh, definitely. So, Reese, again, who do you think got MVP this game, game two?
I feel like Hirmar obviously did a tremendous amount of damage, but I feel like Neil the Steel actually made a really impressive performance. He went in times when he really needed to. He really needed to be on that back line. And he stuck to targets really well. Didn't get caught out like a champion like Kane, pretty vulnerable to a charm from Ari or getting knocked up by Jana or knocked away. But he managed to stick to targets that he needed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think I got to go to Hiramar just because he, that Vigar gameplay was just so freaking sick. He was able to catch Rob out so many times, and I mean to the point where Rob built a QSS and Merc Treads. I mean, holy cow! You don't really build that as an Ari, so just goes to show.
Yeah.
I don't know who won MVP game one, but please vote on the straw poll for who you believe is MVP for game two.
Yeah, and I do. Well, I did want to point out Neil Steele's very impressive performance, in my opinion. Hirmar definitely takes it for me. Just looking at the damage numbers, the CC numbers he put up, yeah, it was pretty big. And also highest kill participation. Another big thing to look at.
So
yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna cut this real short here. I don't know if we're gonna do a post-game interview. We will do post-game. So if you are listening and you are the captain of either team and or General Dill, please hop up to Player of the Game interviews as we will hop up there right now.
Yeah, so let's get that's General Dill, Fudgy Ditters, and Hirmar, it looks like, is far in the lead for Game 2 MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're just going to call it Game 2 MVP and just give it to Hirmar. He's up 8 votes ahead of, I believe, General Dill or whoever it was. So, yeah, Hirmar, please join us for,
Hello, we got General Dill here.
General Dill, congratulations on the 2-0 this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, putting you guys securely in second place.
Feels good. I've never been this high in the standings.
Hello.
Got Hirmar with that impressive Vigar performance.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Well, while we wait for the captain of the Power Bottom Boys, who I'm not sure who that is.
Fudgy Ditters.
Yeah, Fudgy.
Do you have any questions here for the MVP and captain or the 2 MVPs from our 2-0 team this week?
What did you guys think playing against the Oriana Rakan combo in Game 1? Was there any concern about your ability as Garen, especially to get onto them with the amount of CC they could bring?
I mean, it was a little bit worrying, but once Rakan goes in, the silence can just deny the remaining of his combo and disallowing him to get back out. And Morgana just really does super well into Rakan. So we had the answers for the Rakan Oriana combo coming in. We just throw down a binding on Rakan, silence him, and he just really can't do anything at that point other than die. So we weren't that worried about it. But if they did get too many charms off early out of a bush, so we had to play around vision to do that a little bit more tightly than normal.
Hmm. You guys made a really decisive Baron call in game 2 that brought the game to an end. We were talking in game 1 where there were some points where it felt like you could make a Baron call, but you guys just didn't. Was there any retroactivity? Did you realize that maybe there were some calls that could have been made game 1 and you decided to be more decisive in game 2?
I mean, you can always say hindsight's 20/20, but they had solid vision control around Baron, so they always at least had some vision of that. We didn't have deep enough warding to really make a safe Baron call, and we were just kind of waiting around that, especially with 2 teleport, the AD carry having teleport on their team as well. So they had 2 ways to answer a split, which is normally how we would set up the Baron call, is with a split push threat.
Speaking of that teleport pick, let's see if we can get Fudgy Didders in here. Try messaging her.
Yeah, so, gentlemen, what was your first impression knowing that you were going to go against the Power Bottom Boys this week? What were your thoughts going into this match?
Obviously, we know that their top lane front lash is a very strong top lane. They have really good solo lane. They have good lanes all around, I guess. They're a really well-rounded team. So our plan was really, we were just trying to focus on the most important bans and just come out and play our game. Just kind of do what we do, get on some comfort picks and rotate around with 4-1.
Oh,
Get a favorable match up top.
Hello,
Cool.
everyone.
Hello,
Hey, we got
Fudgy.
Fudgy here. So I just wanted to say real quick, while we've got some time left, any questions in the chat, we'll try to get to them. Just put them there. Fudgy, I got a question for you.
Sure.
We saw you take teleport in both games. Game 1 you used it to get the early tier on Ezreal. What was behind the decision to take teleport game 2 on Sivir?
I was trolling. No, it's actually meta right now. Every single pro does it just to use it to get wave advantage. And I felt like on Sivir, I could just blow all my mana, throw it into the wave, and then I could just TP back down to full mana and try and shove it out again and try and negate the early game advantage that like a Lucian Morgana lane would have. But then I just inted into jams and negated everything I wanted to do. So.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well.
James was so happy. He's like, "Holy shit, I did it! I finally killed Fudgy."
I know it's like 1 in a million, you know. Even blind or even broken clock is right twice a day, right? So.
So, it looks like final question here is going to be about the Poppy. It looks like you guys left the Poppy pick up for Frontlash, I believe that's what he plays. And so, why'd you guys leave it up? Did you think you guys could tolerate the Poppy pick? What were your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I know Frontlash. I've played a ton with him. I know his Poppy, and I know what's good into Poppy. So, I mean, I wasn't too worried about that. It's something that I kind of more wanted him on, was like a tank, more like a zoning tank type of champion, rather than letting him get onto a carry bruiser and try to control the game. So it really set them on the back foot having that in the top lane, honestly. And that's really just what I was going for.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out of questions. Moose, are you out of questions?
Yeah, that's about all I got.
So, with that
So we're gonna cut the stream here.
being said,
Yeah, that is the end of this match. But stick around, everybody. We are having another match on right after this. I will be back. I think this is the last you'll hear of Biscuit Hat for the night.
Yep, I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna peace out.
Yeah. So up next is Popo's Pecking Order versus Lunchboxes of Doom. So stick around for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna dip.
Bye.